I'm one of the directors at Client Accountants. We mainly deal with small and medium-sized businesses, and we're based in Northumberland.
Hi everybody, my name's Jay. I'm the Senior Sales Executive at Exact. Had my own practice for about 4 years, been in the industry, accounting software industry for about 15. So a bit of an old hat, as they say.
I'm Paul, and as you just heard, I'm from Trio Associates, sole practitioner in South London. Adoption of software in our firm has always been, or has always revolved around ease of use and intuitiveness. The last thing we want to do these days is to spend ages trialing something, looking through manuals, even phoning up support. We want something that works efficiently and has anticipated our needs rather than us having to keep going back all the time and to the support, for example, and suggesting things that can happen. That is also the same for my clients as well. I don't want my clients spending all their day trying to learn a piece of software. I'd rather them just get it out of the box and be able to use it straight away. I suppose it's where I see new facilities coming out that the other one hasn't, the similar one that I'm using at the moment hasn't. Cost tends to be a long way down my list of priorities. It has to be, again, efficiency and ease of use. And if I see something that's suddenly jumped, made a quantum leap into a new area that tacks onto what I'm already doing, then I can quite often consider switching to that or using it in tandem with the other one. That's obviously less efficient sometimes, but if there's something out there that's really good and adds to what I already have and I can make use of it with some of my clients or other contacts, then I'll jump to that.
I think we like things that have got good functionality and are flexible, and that we can, when we're working with clients, work around different clients, and we can tailor towards their needs. I think to change, again, it would be something new to market that's offering a lot more functionality than what we currently have, and something that's easy to use and that's not going to take a long time to get to grips to. Get to grips with, should I say.
We commissioned some research into this as well, just to kind of understand what really drives technology adoption. Certainly a big portion of it was being pushed from the client. So the client is actually pushing the accountant to say, I want to explore these types of technologies. This is something that I'd like you guys to investigate, being the professionals. The other side of that is also about lowering IT costs. So if we can be, if we have, for example, if we're utilizing cloud, it's about optimizing that, the efficiencies of scale, being able to get rid of servers and people that look after it and all of that side of it and start focusing on technology. That's certainly a key driver. And I'd say the other side of that is about about being able to collaborate efficiently with your accountant. So, for example, historically was a case of sending files to your accountant, them having the same type of application to open it, to review that information. Now it's very much a 21st century world in the fact that it's just a very case of I'm seeing the same information that you've got, I can talk to you about the same points, and it also bodes that relationship a lot stronger. So they're certainly significant drivers that we've seen.
I've been using cloud accounting for quite a few clients now for over 3 years. I won't take on a new client now unless they're prepared to use cloud accounting. It's got that important to us. Similarly, my whole firm has been hosted for, that must be nearly 3 years now as well. So, as Jay said, the ability to dump a lot of the hardware and all the IT support costs has been great for me. And as far as cloud accounting and cloud in general is concerned, the collaboration possibilities with clients just makes things so much easier, because the client and you can share the work that needs to be done and share the information. So for me, I put both feet into it 3 years ago, and I'm not going to turn back to land-based stuff at all. Everything is in the cloud now. As I said, the entire business is hosted, all my servers, all the software is now hosted, and as I said, I won't take on a client now unless they are prepared to take on cloud accounting. I have a few, probably a third of my clients are still using PC-based accounting, but that's very minor stuff, and I'm switching gradually over discover new systems that will suit them.
Yeah, we use it in our practice, and we find it brilliant and fantastic. The lack of paper is fantastic, if nothing else, and lack of servers and the space needed to use to store the servers. We really like using it. A lot of our clients are moving towards using it now. The bigger ones actually aren't. They're still using traditional PC-based systems, and they'll be the ones that need to change eventually. But the collaboration and the ease of being able to look at what the client's looking at if they're on the phone and they've got questions is really good. And we've been using cloud since we started, so using server is not an option for us, and we like having a paperless office, so it's great.
Funny enough, the two main clients that are still using PC-based software, they use it because their bookkeepers use it and their bookkeepers prefer it. But I've been discussing it with both bookkeepers, and so I have to get around them rather than the client. And I have recently got around one of the bookkeepers where they made an almighty mess, completely out the blue, of their PC-based software and sent it to me at the end of the year, and I then spotted it was not quite right, let's put it that way. And the bookkeeper at the time said, this wouldn't have happened had we been in the cloud, would it? And I said, no, it wouldn't have. So that's definitely one that's going to switch over in the next year.
No, that's a pretty good story, actually.
Yeah, she had the client VAT. She had assumed the client was VAT registered and wasn't, so she'd done the whole year's books as a VAT registered business and had not spotted that no VAT had been paid over.
I think the main problem with cloud at the moment is their existing packages that they're on cost an awful lot to be hosted on the cloud. I think that is the only reason why they haven't moved to it. And I think things need to change on that front, and when it does, they will change. And also, certainly for the bigger companies we act for, getting them to change actual accounting product is quite difficult because they're concerned about training time, handovers, and things like that. But I think when it comes to the cloud, I think cost at the moment is the prevalent reason to not do it.
Number of specific issues, some which have already been highlighted by both Paul and Claire. It's about their existing investment, so it's already a sunk cost. Why then move to a different model when it's something that they're used to? Adoption of technology, training, downtime, disaster recovery to a certain extent in the fact that they're thinking about moving across, and what's going to happen with their data, historical reporting on the stuff that they've already invested in. So these can all be key in or key consideration points before someone moves across.
It's something that's there and you can't ignore. So I have a Twitter account, or two Twitter accounts that I have done for a long time. But the benefit of those is information gathering, not marketing. So I use Twitter a lot for gathering information about products, about people, and about trends and what's going on in particular industries, whether it's for personal or for business use. As far as marketing is concerned, I think it's valuable to have yourself out there and for people to be able to see you and to get your views without going over the top. But I don't use it for marketing to really gather new clients because they come to me cold, and I've always erred on the side of getting clients through recommendation. So 98% of my new clients still come through recommendation. There's a lot of wasted time on social media. I get invitations all the time from people to join them in LinkedIn or not so much Twitter, and even Facebook now that I'm on. And I only joined that because one organisation I wanted to look at has only got a Facebook account. And what's the point in me linking with somebody that I have regular contact with anyway? So I might speak to a client once a month or even once a week. I may even speak to my sister-in-law once a week or once a month, but she still sends me an invite to join her on LinkedIn. So it seems sometimes it's over the top and fashionable rather than abuse, but as I said, it's there and I don't think we can ignore it.
We use it an awful lot, and we absolutely think it's got a huge role in not only in accountants' life but every business's life going forward. We've taken to Twitter and to LinkedIn in particular, and we've had work through both, work that's come through unexpected routes, if you like. And although about 80% of our work comes through referrals. There is about 20% that we're getting off the social media, and we're finding it a fantastic tool. But it's also, we're finding it's really good to put ideas out there and start changing things to what we're finding our local competitors do. And because of that, people are talking about us, and then younger businesses in particular seem to turn to us more than the traditional firms. And I think with the amount of young entrepreneurs and the young people leaving school, they're much more into social media. They know that's how they live their lives now, and I think that they will make their choices not just in accountancy but through business using the social media, and you can see who's on Twitter, what they're talking about, does it make sense, and you can we found it really, really good, and we use it an awful lot and wholeheartedly, and it's free. And if you're a startup business in particular, it's a free marketing tool, and we found it brilliant, really good, and LinkedIn as well.